former journalist and Walkley Award winner Peter Ryan has died in Sydney at the age of 64. Peter retired from the ABC last month after 45 years in journalism. He'd been diagnosed with an illness and wanted to spend more time with his wife and daughter. Peter served as the ABC's Washington correspondent and was known for his extensive reporting on business and finance, including his 2017 Walkley Award for exposing the Commonwealth Bank money laundering scandal.
We both had the pleasure and privilege of working with Peter over the years. A wonderful, wonderful person.
Just a really, really lovely man, a great colleague, to be on the other end of the phone too, particularly.
Absolutely, and very loved by ABC audiences. And journalist Nick Grimm worked with Peter for almost 3 decades and joins us now to reflect on his life and his legacy. Good morning to you, Nick. Just such sad news, but you have just so many fond memories of working with Peter.
Oh yeah, look, it's such an honour to be able to talk about my friend and colleague Peter Ryan. We first got to know each other almost 30 years ago now, and this is quite fitting to be here talking about him in a way, I guess, because he actually signed off on my recruitment as the Sydney reporter for the program that was a predecessor to yours, First Edition, back in those days, and he was the head of news and current affairs in Victoria, just one of many senior roles that he's held here at the ABC. And that was the start of many years of friendship, but also Peter was a real mentor and guide for me, just as he was for so many others here at the ABC, and his impacts being felt quite really strongly here inside the ABC. A real day for us all to grieve, but also beyond the ABC, he was incredibly well liked and respected across the media industry and Australian politics, and we're all the poorer for his passing.
Yeah, well said. As you say, us in the ABC, we understood, we really remember his sincere, very calm, just a very kind colleague who would offer support or well wishes just about to anyone he worked with. He was so kind. But for the audience, they saw a very steady hand through many decades. Of course, he was a business and finance reporter, and I think he was just a mainstay, wasn't he, for so many audiences across radio and television.
That's right. He was a reliable and dependable voice on Australian business and finance in his role that he held in this latter part of his time here at the ABC as our chief business correspondent, and he was filing each day on programs like AM and to this program and across the ABC networks with the latest news on interest rates and cost of living. He did a lot on gender equity within the business community and the drive to do something about the number of women represented in our nation's boardrooms. He was a real champion of issues like that. And of course, his reporting also led directly, his reporting on banking misconduct led directly in part to the establishment of the Banking Royal Commission, which you'd really have to say was something that led to changes that have touched on pretty much every Australian's life in some shape or form. So he really has left the place a much better place for his dedication and his craft that he brought to journalism.
Yeah, it was an amazing report. He had a ferocious work ethic too, didn't he? And he was just so passionate about the ABC. He loved this place, and he also was so passionate about independent, rigorous public accountability journalism.
Yeah, look, at a time probably in his career, I mean, he started out 45 years ago. I mean, a lot of journalists would have been winding down in many ways when he was still churning out exclusive stories and breaking stories. He never lost the passion for breaking a yarn and filing, whether it was copy or doing a live cross onto shows like this, or having an exclusive interview on the AM program in the morning. He never lost the passion for doing that. He was an inspiration for all of us, a role model for all of us on just how to stay true to, I guess, the thing that draws you into becoming a journalist in the first place, that quest for truth. And really, he was a fierce warrior on behalf of anyone or anywhere that he saw injustice or inequity, he would be quite dogged in his determination to forensically examine and root out the truth of all kinds of situations.
And we send our love and best wishes to his family this morning, Mary and Charlotte. He just adored them, didn't he?
He really did. We had many conversations in the office about his plans for retirement. He did, of course, retire recently on medical grounds, but he had been making plans to retire sometime in the next few years, and he often talked about what he and Mary and Charlotte would be doing in the years ahead. He was really looking forward fondly to his family, and Mary and Charlotte were the apple of his eye. He was totally devoted to them. He was a man who combined a great career with being a fantastic and devoted family man.